Hi everyone. Today I am going to be trying some viral makeup products, just a couple, but just to see if they work because I have them. So I have two cameras on right now. So if I'm like bouncing back and forth with my eyes and with my head, that's what's going on. So today, one of the things I'm going to be trying out is this very, very flat, very thin makeup brush. I think it's thinner than like most of the like eyeliner brushes that I have. The brushes are very stiff, and it is just a very flat, like for laying down foundation brush. And I traditionally have not liked makeup brushes because they leave a lot of streaks, and they haven't really been great. So I'm going to do a side by side comparison between that and my beauty sponge to see if there's a difference in how they lay down foundation. Next is something that I'm really looking forward to. So, um, using one of the brushes that's made to mimic eyebrow hairs. I have bleached my brows, which is why I look a little bit like Nick. Um, just a little bit why. It's not the only reason why. Um, and so I have some liquid. I have some kind of brow products. I have a couple different colors. I'm not sure if one of them works for me, to be honest, but we'll figure it out. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of got this parallelogram um, shape, and it's supposed to create perfect little eyebrow hairs. So we're going to see if we can make that work, because I've seen some people use it and it looks incredible, and some people use it and it looks really, really interesting. And I bet, based on my proclivity to mess things up, that this is going to be an interesting one. But you never know. And then the next one and the last one is a lower lash stamp. Everyone and their mom, I feel like, is working on using this. And honestly, I think it's incredible if it works. I'm so excited because I don't have like any lower lashes. And so the ability to put them on is great. It comes with two stamps, one for each side, so that your lashes lay in the right direction. So I need to pay attention that I'm not like putting my like one side of my lashes moving the wrong direction. And it comes with I guess the liner, but we'll see how well that works too, because that could be a thing where it's like, well, this works, but it doesn't really work so well because of that. So I have primed my face. I used a Milani primer, and which I still want to give like um, a full first impressions to. So thought I haven't moved too much to that. So I'm gonna use my Conceal and Perfect. It's my Milani go-to. And then we're also going to see how much product this uses, because that's super important. Like, does it help stretch the product longer, and we can get more out of it? So I'm just going to start by picking up some, but not a ton of product. It looks like a ton just because of how thin it is. Now, we've talked about how light my foundation is, but it's because my face is a little bit darker, but it does match the rest of my body once we start going. Now, this is going on quite streaky. And it's kind of just like kind of spackling it onto my face. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's not a very like it just it this is not. I could see maybe for like a thicker cream, laying it down and then blending it out with a sponge Like even getting into like some of the finer areas, it's like, oh no, that's not great. So I'm gonna go on the other side and I'm going to use my beauty blender. So yeah, you can really see how uneven the side is. So for this brush, I'm gonna give it a no. Maybe for like applying, like, maybe for applying primers or something like that. Although, like, I feel like I like to apply primers with my fingers, but if I'm doing makeup on someone who doesn't really like fingers on their face, which like you'd be surprised, like there's a lot of people who do not like having like people touch their face when they're getting their makeup done. I'm gonna use my blender just to blend this out because obviously that is not gonna work. So yeah, this brush, just pass on it. Nice idea to like lay down like a really thin, because I've seen people use like a spatula and like lay down a really thin layer of like foundation, and like maybe like for laying it down, but for like overall, like the overall process, not so much. Okay, so now I'm going to find the color that um, I want to use for uh, my brows. So I have 4 colors. I think there were even more, but I was just like, let me stick with these 4. And then I was like, did I even get the right color? Now, I do have some brow hairs, as you might be able to see, but they are bleached right now. So they are quite light. Now, these brow kind of like gel things, they came with a spoolie in here, but I'm going to be using this brush to pick them up. I'm just getting the color out to see what I need to use. I think any of the colors would work just fine, but a lot of them are a lot warmer than I wanted, and I usually like to use a cooler tone. So I was hoping, that's probably why I ordered a little bit more. And then also I wanted to have these in my kit so that I could use them when I did makeup. And I was hoping that these would kind of cover all the bases of, um, of brows that I could do, but I'm not sure that I successfully navigated that road. So let's see what colors we have. So the first color is number 5, Espresso. So that color right there. The second color is number 3, which is Chocolate. Right there. I think it likes that one the best so far. And this one is number 4, Brunette. I feel like that one looks pretty similar. That is cooler though. I like that one. And then this one is Caramel or Caramel. So that one right there, which isn't bad either. I'm gonna go for the brunette one, and we're just gonna try this and hope that it works out. Hold on 1 second. I filled up my storage a lot, so I gotta delete some videos. Okay, let's see if that opens up some space. So that's great when you're trying to record a video and it's like, oh, you are running out of space. Okay. So now we are going to get, so now I'm going to use this brunette color, and I'm going to place them on the back of my hand that already has a ton of product in it. So I am a little nervous. I've seen some interesting applications. So I'm just kind of getting it on the end of the brush, and not sure if the formula, because the formula is kind of like a loose, like liquidy formula, so I'm not sure if the formula itself will be a problem, but we'll see. Because maybe if I had something firmer, it would be less blendy and be more like isolated hairs. So some people, they do like a really full brow and then they just put concealer or they wipe it off or something like that. I'm going to try to make it work just with the brush itself. I'm having to wipe off a ton of the product, barely use like anything at all. I think that looks, I mean, I know my eyebrow is bleached, so I know it looks kind of different over the bleached hair, but I feel like it looks nice. I'm not getting those like super, super, super defined hairs that I feel like a lot of people are getting. But I think it's because of the formula of what I'm using. I also kind of want to see what this looks like for like mustache and like facial hair. Because it takes forever for my mustache to grow back in. So to support it a little bit in its journey would be great. This is one I'm honestly on the fence about, but I think it might just be due to the brow product that I use. Also, the shape of this is really not great. So this is with the brow product on and just kind of seeing what it looks like and then applying it a little bit to the mustache area. Shout out to my goatee, never letting me down. Just under a piercing so you don't ever see it. My mustache doesn't grow that far out, but you know, whatever. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. Let me know what you think if you have an opinion. Okay, so I turned off that camera and I'm putting this in the other eyebrow. I've seen the ones that like click and you can just like get the product out that are like SheGlam brand, but those aren't, I wouldn't be able to keep those sanitary using those on clients, so I don't use them. So I haven't even considered, see, like right here in the tail of my brow, I had to go in and just clean that up manually, which isn't a big deal if I just have foundation on. Yeah, see. But it just doesn't look like hairs. Like maybe the original brush, because it's a knockoff brush, maybe the original brush has stiffer hairs, but the knockoff just definitely does not. So I think that this is okay. I'm definitely going to give it more tries. I feel like that is warranted. It's not like immediately like I'm gonna toss this product. I just don't think that, you know, maybe I have all of the pieces to it yet. Because sometimes it gives like, okay, we're gonna get pairs now, but really it's blending them together. It's too soft of a brush to give like distinct hairs. So I think that's the major problem too. Okay, so now that we have a mustache, let's throw our sponge and try this. Okay, so let me look at what's in here first. It's got a little protectant sealant on it. And then it looks like a sponge that's kind of like a stamp situation. And then so it's got two different stamps. I assume they're for each side. So for this one, the hairs are going this way. So I'm assuming that the hairs go out like this and are on this eye. And then for the other stamp, I assume it's on the other eye. So I'm going to try it on my hand. I don't know how firmly to press this. It doesn't feel firm enough. Okay, so I'm just going to press this. Okay. We'll see. Also, I'm interested to see if this is waterproof because my eyes water a lot throughout the day. And let's just see how this works. Okay, I think I placed that too close to my waterline. Okay, that didn't work great. Also, this is not sanitary, so having to dip back into the same one. I'm not having the same magical experience that other people have when they're like, yeah, I'm not having that. It's giving like a little bit of like it's giving a little bit of what I want, and granted, I did have to stamp multiple times. Let me just like erase that, which erased way too easy for me to feel comfortable about that lasting all day. But I just I'm not sure. I'm wondering. See, it feels like it should be going the right way, but it kind of looks backwards. So I wonder if I'm on the wrong eye. Let's try the other eye. Okay, so that eye looks better and it looks like it's in the right area. The ink itself is quite inconsistent, and I don't know if you can see, like, it's not coming across very pronounced. Like, I could go in with an eyeliner and like kind of fiddle with it, but it's better than nothing because I really don't truly don't have much going on in my lower lash line. So it's better than nothing, but it also is like not. Um, it could be better. It could be better. So I'm gonna try to twist this off. Oh my gosh, there's an eyeliner. Oh, this changes it. There's an eyeliner under here. That is not what I expected. Now, I wonder if you took the eyeliner and you used that to color in the stamp, that would be better. No, that's not really it. But does this do anything? This eyeliner is completely dry. This eyeliner does nothing. Okay, well, get your hopes up for them to be dashed pretty quickly. So I mean, it definitely adds some semblance of lower lash line, but not that much. So, um, it's a place to start, and I think you could go in with a really fine tip liner. But this one, I'm gonna blame the ink on this one. I think that I could go in and put some gel liner on this and um, have it be a better result. So I think there's some opportunities here. I just think that what we have now is not great. So we'll see. Okay. So thanks for hanging out with me, and talk to you later.